called the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. It was just signed into law last week. Tonight, the ramifications of that law could be significant when you talk about the clean energy industry. The new law dramatically rolling back tax breaks that were designed to boost clean energy from solar, wind, etc. Critics say this could mean that we'll all pay more for our utilities. The law also moves up tax credits for electric cars. They will expire at the end of September instead of lasting until 2032. Tonight we're hearing from NOCO Energy, best known for fuel, petroleum products, natural gas, but it's also in the clean energy business. Mike Casciano is president and COO of NOCO, and he joins me live here tonight. Sir, we really appreciate you taking time to help us understand this. As I mentioned, a lot of people think NOCO, they think fossil fuels, but in terms of your clean energy portfolio, how are you processing these significant changes?
Well, these are big changes for our customers, Michael. The clock is ticking. I think we all would agree that the energy prices have been going up, and there's really no end in sight. So as a consumer, you look for alternatives for your household, and solar being one of those alternatives. These tax credits that were in place are now going to be falling off at the end of the year. So for a homeowner that wants to put a solar system in and come completely off the grid and take control of their energy, the clock is ticking for them because these are up to $7,500, $8,000 of tax credits. And at the end of this year, they expire, and NOCO wants to be there for our customers.
Supporters of the changes that just passed in Washington say that wind and solar aren't the answer to all of our problems, and a lot of the clean energy stuff was being pushed on the public unnecessarily. How do you respond to that?
Well, I think the clean energy is absolutely an alternative for both New York State and for the country. The problem is everybody's kind of out of sync right now. In New York State, we've eliminated about 5,200 megawatts of energy from fossil fuel plants and only replaced it with about half of the energy being produced cleanly from wind and solar. So we have a problem. The supply is down and the demand is high. So what we want to do is give our customers an alternative that says, listen, if you're sick of this, if you want to come off the grid entirely, solar or geothermal is the way to go.
Yeah, New York State has very ambitious goals compared to the rest of the country in terms of clean energy. How does this bill, this new law now in Washington, affect New York? Do you think New York still moves full steam ahead or rolls back?
I think New York is going to attempt to move full steam ahead, but they've been delayed a little bit by the changes in this bill and some other things that are happening. The CLCPA that was passed in 2019 has just got some real challenges with it to actually have 85% reduction in greenhouse gases by 2050. That's a lofty goal. What we're doing at NOCO is trying to figure out how we can help our customers be more efficient with their use of energy. Everybody knows that if you use less energy, you're going to pay less. So those two things have to be working together. The rates have to be low and your usage has to be low as well.
We've heard a lot of folks from the White House, including President Trump, say drill, baby, drill is the answer. How much can, loosening regulations on the fossil fuel industries and, drilling more and putting more support there, how much can that help bring down prices and deal with the energy that we need to create?
Well, there's no doubt about it. At NOCO, we have customers on both sides of this, both the clean energy and the traditional. As you know, we were founded as an oil and a coal company 92 years ago, so we have a lot of fuels customers. At the end of the day, for us, however, we're looking at the full package of energy, and we want to make sure that our customers know exactly how to reduce those energy bills. Having more local oil available for our customers is going to bring the gas down. The problem we have with electric is it's going in the other direction. And, we see 20-25% increases over the next 3 years.
Yeah, we are paying less at the gas pump right now, but we're certainly paying more for our electricity. And when you balance it all out, it costs a lot right now for energy prices. I only have a few seconds left, but what is your message to someone watching who's just sort of fed up with all the politics surrounding all of this and just kind of wondering, when we might see some relief price-wise?
If you're feeling as though you don't have control of the energy at your home, if that's how you feel and you think that there's nothing you can do about it, that's really not the case. There are ways to get off the grid entirely, whether that's solar or geothermal. And our customer service team is ready, our technicians are ready, and we give you the advice to do it soon because they expire at the end of the year.
Mike Casciano is NOCO's president and chief operating officer. Significant changes. Thank you for sharing your thoughts on it.
You got it. Thanks, Michael.